Hello, Sean B.W. Parker here. I wanted to say a couple of words a couple of days after the passing of Scott Adams, who's there, my portrait of him a couple of years ago, who died of cancer at the age of 68 after meeting it with his customary stoicism over the last year. I discovered him as a human rather than the Dilbert creator a couple of years ago after he was cancelled due to saying white people should stay away from black people at the height of the Black Lives Matter thing. And he was just telling them to stay away from people who wish to do you harm. That was turned into mass cancellation for Dilbert everywhere. And but he turned it to his advantage, apparently, and utilized X and his huge following to have a Dilbert reborn situation, and offering his philosophies on his daily coffee podcast. Why am I so animated by a American animator? It's part of my generation's youth, entire lives with Dilbert, because of the way they talk the truth about the corporate structure, how things go wrong, and the simplistic drawing, the very pure animations, and the humor all being in the dry delivery of these 3-line comedies of a saga over years. And he's so dedicated that he's inherited a work ethic from his parents of do something, do it, don't give up, keep doing it. And he did that so well, and you could tell that at the end with the coffee podcasts. He just was upset if he didn't get to do it every day. It was like a bug, but that's a work ethic as well. And he was a genuinely open-minded and clever fella. I didn't get to read any of his books yet. I'm sure I will, thinking they were more self-helpy, which is not my cup of tea. But I've realized that they were not quite self-help and a bit more different than that, and big sellers in themselves with his own unique philosophy. He has, forgive me for this, for the astrology skeptics, of which I'm one, but he's such a typical Gemini, and we're counting the Donald Trump and the Lawrence Fox and the Jeremy Corbyn and the Johnny Depps of this world into that. They have their own unique morality, which is entirely about justice and fair play. And if you can't handle the truth, get out of the kitchen, to mix my metaphors. And he just did that wonderfully, I think. Just a brilliant American creative talent. His support of Trump is, he goes along with 100 million Americans, as far as I can tell, with that support. He was just possibly the cleverest person in the arts to admit it. And out of my remit, being a Brit. But, Trump is Trump, and that's the reason he was cancelled too, along with the BLM thing. He suspects himself. And did the stress of the cancellation add to his cancer? He surmised himself, and that's not for me to do. He'll be sadly missed. He's great, and he's a great influence, and is a great influence on political thought, humorist. I always thought he was the inheritor to P.J. O'Rourke's waspish brain. And so who will take his place? Well, there's a bunch of centre-right American commentators out there. But does anybody have that special nuance that Scott brought? Maybe it will come. Yes, I'll get this in a frame at some point. He was good enough to share this with his 2 million followers a couple of years ago, which was nice. And it's been in an exhibition or two since then. Miss you, Scott. Well done. And thanks for all the wisdom.